Hey, what's good, y'all? It's C Will, and this is the Passive Income Network. On this podcast, we talk about investing in assets that produce passive income. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment and say what's good. On this episode, we have a special podcast feature with Monty, the founder and CEO of GoSayHello. Let's bring him on the show. What's good, Monty?
What's good with you, C Will? How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Happy to connect with you. We met at the Cypher. That was a pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I'm good, man. Just staying active and busy, educating people and doing what we do best over here.
Yeah,
So,
man.
let's.
I love the show, man. I was glad I was able to meet with you at the Decipher and talk with you for a little bit, man.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, so let's get to it. Let's tell the people who you are, and if you can, where you located at in this world, and then what is Go Say Hello.
Okay, so Monty Applewhite, located at currently in Atlanta, but between Chicago, Atlanta, right now. Co-founder of GoSayHello, and it's basically the newest network to earn platform that's on GoSayHello, and we believe that probably the number one, if not the only in the world that connects people in close proximity. And so we're trying to get people in the community to connect with each other, and not just use social networking to engage with folks that are hundreds of miles away, but focus on those folks that are like within 1 mile and maybe in the same building as you. So.
Well, excellent. That sounds very useful. As an entrepreneur, I'm always looking to connect. Like you said, social is cool, into like Twitter and whatnot. Definitely so this is more, I will say, of a networking app. Can we break down who is this for and why would they use it?
Yeah, so it's definitely a networking app. We're focusing on those skill sets that people will put on LinkedIn, like creative design, photography, videography, um, uh, maybe content creators. We've even had folks that are, toddler moms. They're like, "Hey, I'm new to a city. I'm trying to find other moms that have toddlers to play with."
That's smart.
Military families. Anything you can name, but also there are those activities like I mentioned, like toddler moms. They're not on LinkedIn, but that is a way that folks like to network. Book clubs. Some people are into certain authors. You could be in an apartment building with someone that loves the same author as you, and you guys like to read that author. Why not have a book club and using your amenities in that apartment complex and building community? Because what we found during COVID, a lot of apartment complexes, they could not have over two people, as guests in the apartment building, and so people had no outlet other than just using Instagram and just seeing what was happening around the world. And they still weren't using that time to get to know people in their buildings. And so we feel like apartment communities could be great communities, as well as universities. Freshmen, and they're new to campus. When I was a freshman, I was always trying to meet new people, meet like-minded people. So I would join clubs and things of that nature. But even if I didn't join a club, if I had GoSayHello, I could find at that time I was into photography. I could search photographer and find all the photographers that were within, 1 mile from me, and network with them, wave at them on the app, spark conversation. And hey, while I'm making those connections, earn crypto at the same time.
We'll get to the crypto portion of it. Man, so what I'm getting at, that is a great idea, because it's like a little bit more taboo to be like, hey, let me just DM this random person that I think might be in my area and try to work with them. It is a lot better to already have the app. So if you're in this app, you already know what you guys are in here for. It's to meet each other and to connect, not just to promote your new bag or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, so that makes
it's sort of like in college you would see, and this is not a dating app, but you would see people at parties, they wouldn't dance. And you're like, hey, this is a party, you're not gonna dance. Did you come here to dance?
Yeah.
And so when you go out to a public lounge, it's like, are we here to like meet each other? Are we here to network? Or are we just here to like take a picture of our food and put it on Instagram.
Facts. Yeah.
And while you're here, hey, you might as well say hello to somebody new. So, not saying you can't get on Instagram, but after you get on Instagram, also get on GoSayHello and use that opportunity to meet some cool people that's probably decided to go to that same restaurant as you at that same exact time. And you may make a new friend. You never know. So
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely useful because we are in a world of social media, Web3 emergence now,
right,
and people need money. People are hustling. And
right.
I identified that partnerships and collaborations is definitely the best. And I know a lot of people think that way as well. I want to back up a little bit.
Okay.
Why did you create this app initially? Like, what was the need you seen or the challenges you seen out in the marketplace?
Right. So I went out for the first time during COVID. I went to it was kind of like when people were going out a little bit more. And I'm in Atlanta, so the shutdown happened, but not for too long, right?
Not too long.
So when I went out, everybody had their masks on. So that was a little awkward. We all have our masks, we're out in a public place. You can still wave at people and say hello, but without knowing, having that full face,
Yeah,
it's kind of like,
smiles and facial expressions.
right,
Yeah,
because people were like, I know you, I think I've seen you before, but they're just looking at my eyes, and I'm like, well, I don't, you can pull it down for a little bit, and
yeah, everybody was doing that. Yeah.
So, but if at the time, like, man, if we had an app that I could still know who was in the building, I could still see their face on the app or their profile, that would also eliminate all of that. It would be an app that people could still social distance from each other at 6 feet, but still, wave and say, hey, let's meet in aisle 6 or whatever. So I saw a need for closing that gap of connection and friendship during COVID, because people were very more like distant from each other because it was social distancing, like that was the term.
Yeah.
And also in going out, people were not used to they were rusty on their skills of like talking to people. And so it was really a phrase between myself and my co-founder, Calvin. We were out eating. And I said, man, people need an app to go say hello to each other, man. It's crazy. And
that's it.
Now it was like, hold up. Is there an app for that? So the first thing we did, we didn't say, let's go develop an app. We were like, let's find an app like that. We couldn't find an app like that. We went to the App Store, and it was like there was no app available in the market that allowed for that type of interaction to occur. So we immediately trademarked GoSayHello. And then we started to develop, what that would look like. And so my background was, I'm an engineer, but mechanical engineer. I'm not a computer science major. Okay. So I understand process flows and things of that nature. So I use PowerPoint to create this PDF clickable link that basically looked like how the app looks now, but it was just in PowerPoint. And then I started to find my team of developers to turn that into more of an app. And so we were in the stages of building, and I applied for Algorand like 4 months later for the Algorand grant. And we had raised some capital in pre-seed stage, but Algorand came and helped us a lot by giving us some additional capital that we sorely needed. So that was the beginning stages of that, man. So.
Yeah. So you brought up Algorand. Okay, let's talk more about this for the people who don't quite know what Algorand is. Can you break down, Algorand and why you chose this blockchain rather than, let's say, likes of an Ethereum or a Cardano?
Right. So we knew that we wanted people to earn tokens, like for making those connections. It's almost like you almost got to pay people to speak to each other. That's kind of like our mindset that we had. Like, these people are not going to speak to each other. And for people because people use Instagram as a form of dating, they slide in the DMs.
Yeah.
And we're like, if people do use it for that, what type of person, is going to, want to have a conversation with somebody? I guess if you pay them to have the conversation, maybe they will have the conversation. So immediately we thought, at the time, crypto was buzzing. So when we thought about that payment metric, we thought about an asset. And so Algorand has, standard assets that you can put in the layer one, put on their platform. But then two, we were thinking that whatever that asset is, when you're making those transactions, it has to be like affordable. It can't be, you can't be paying $120 for gas fees to waive it. No, nobody would do that, because that interaction may or may not turn into something.
Yeah, that's exactly where Ethereum was at one point. Like, meant to NFT send a transaction spike up to 100 potentially during the height of the market.
It was at that exact moment that I was like, it has to be another option. So I'm an engineer. I always wanted to go to MIT. So when I researched, Algorand, who founded
founder, Silvio
McCauley. And I'm like, I trust his background. I trust, business is all about trust. And I trusted the team that he was building. And so we decided to apply. And they reached back out to us about a couple weeks later and said that, we want to go with this, with what you guys are doing. We want to.
No, that's dope. Okay, let's talk about the tokens.
Yeah.
The Hello token. You said so it launched today, right? At the time of this
on
video.
mainnet.
Yep, on mainnet. Can you talk about what's the tokens for and its utility or role within the app and the ecosystem that y'all building?
So with the token, we wanted to create a sense of urgency when people were in the room. So when people are in the closest of proximity that they can be, meaning they're 0 minutes walking on the app, that's when they can earn the most tokens for that interaction. Because you're literally in the right place at the right time. And now you possibly may be meeting the right person. And so when you make that connection, when you wave at them and they wave back, at that time, you guys can earn the most tokens. And that number may increase over time. And if we have a premium version as well, where if you're a premium user, you will earn a multiplication of even more tokens as a premium user than if you just have the free version. But either way, if you're a free user, you're still going to earn the most tokens you can possibly earn when you're 0 minutes walking from that person.
Okay.
And as you're further in distance away, 10 minutes walking, 50 minutes walking, you can still connect and wave at people, but you're not going to earn as many tokens. So the tokenomics is more about people in the same place at the same time. So just hopefully you're like, when you're on the app, everybody's sorted by distance. Hopefully you're going to focus on those people that are in close by. And that will create a sense of urgency with the app. As far as the amount of tokens that we decided at the time there were a lot of meme tokens out. Like, they didn't have any utilization at all. They were like quadruple trillion or at all. They were like an unlimited amount.
That's what Shiba Inu did too. Ran it up.
It was great. And I saw some advantages of having a high amount of tokens, so that creates a sense of like, I have this amount of tokens. So we decided on 1 trillion. But however, as the market has changed, we have thought about taking that number and basically burning the tokens at some point in time. And we're going to see, since we just went live today and the app just went live on the App Store a few weeks ago. We're open to seeing what the community wants to do. But we do see our app that's something that's going to be used all over the world. Like, so I can't, there's a lot of people in the world, right? So when you think of, I don't have the number exactly how many people are in the world, but if everybody
8 billion recently,
8 billion.
So
if everybody downloaded the app, which is our goal, then how would that, how many tokens would they need to be sending and making those transactions? So we definitely could, we may lower that, like I said, by burning more tokens. But right now it's at 1 trillion, and we're going to wait to hear back from our community. So
makes sense. Okay, nice. Okay, and then when we talk about the app and the functionality, is there a custodial wallet built into the app, or is it you got to have a different Algorand account to collect or send your
Right.
token?
There is a custodial wallet built into the account. It's same approach as Robinhood currently.
Okay.
So when you buy crypto in Robinhood, like you have the tokens in there. So it's the same approach going
So
forward.
you can't send them off of the Go Say Hello app.
Currently, you cannot.
Okay.
But we may improve though. That functionality will be easy to add.
Yep.
Basically, giving everybody access to pulling it out. We want to create the utilization first, grow the ecosystem first, instead of people pulling it out and
Makes sense.
cashing out on it and not having any tokens. So yeah, just you have to download the app in order to get Go Say Hello tokens.
Can you purchase more tokens via the app?
So on the app, you can only earn tokens by making connections.
Oh, so you got to work. Yeah, really.
You got to build your network up.
No, that's
So,
dope. Yeah.
yeah. So if you have a lot of tokens, you've been networking a lot. You've been meeting a lot of people. You've been connecting with a lot of people.
Excellent. So speaking on the Algorand ecosystem, are you got any partnerships that you can talk about, or any, information in terms of who you're trying to work with, any integrations?
Yeah. So we're doing a lot of events. We essentially are going to become more like an events company and have a lot of events. We want to have music festivals. We want to have Go Say Hello lounges in the future in every city. We want to be out and have real infrastructure out in the communities, and we want our focus to be on that. So that will separate us from the Instagram,
Makes sense.
the Twitters,
Yeah.
because we're going to have real infrastructure, and we want to have a place where people can come and they know when they're in that establishment, they're going to meet somebody. They're going to be able to network with somebody, because I've joined different clubs, and you pay, let's say, $2,000 to join this club, or this,
Yeah.
this environment, but people are still not speaking to each other, and you still feel kind of like, should I walk up to this person, or should I go talk to this person? So we're hoping that 5 years from now, we have a lounge in every major city, and people know we're going to Go Say Hello Lounge. They can have meetings there. They can network. We want to have a bar.
I see the vision.
Yeah, and so we've been partnering with Bel Air is a very popular. Rick Ross. Yeah, they're very popular. And
oh, is that the drink?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
So Bel Air is one of our sponsors. So when we have events, we have Bel Air. Vion is their cognac that they have.
Okay.
And so we'll have that.
So that album, though, you sent me, can you talk a little bit more about that album?
Yeah, so we want to have music festivals, right? So in order to do that, we have to have musicians that support Go Say Hello. So how we created that ecosystem was we chose some of the music producers and music artists that were on Go Say Hello during test flight.
Oh, so they were users of the app, and that's how they participated with this.
Well, sorry about that. So during when we were testing the app, we had a partner with the indie company that would tour around different parts of the eastern United States. He was looking for up and coming indie artists. And he found out about our app, and he was like, well, I could take your app on tour with us. So when artists, when they come into the event, they download Go Say Hello. On the Go Say Hello app or on the profile, you can put links on there. So the artists will put their Spotify link on there. They will put their YouTube music videos and things on their profile. So not only do you see the artists that are in the venue, you can go check out their music. You can go to their YouTube. And so he was going across I think 27 cities that he went to.
Oh, damn.
And collecting a lot of artists that were joining the platform. So what we did with Go Say Hello sessions was we, added an event. So you can add events on the platform, and people saved the event and they attended the event. On on the app, it gives you the directions to the event. You can save the event, and it gives you a kind of
So it's
like
like a
it
also
saves it to your
Eventbrite
iCloud.
functionality a little bit too.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I said like kind of like a Eventbrite functionality as well.
I think the volume went out. One second.
Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. Test test. Can you hear me now?
I can't. Let's see. Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So basically, it saves it to your iCloud or iCalendar. And so people attended the event. And when they attended, it was about 10 artists the first day, and ended up being about 50 artists that attended. And we created a lot of music during that time. And the shirt that I'm actually wearing are the artists that actually made the project. There's about 20 songs on the project. And these are all the artists that actually either had a song, they were part of the sessions, and they were part of writing different songs. And they just collaborated organically. You know, we would play a beat, or somebody would play their beat.
Yeah.
People would start writing. They would go into the booth. They
Damn.
created all of this music within that amount of time. It was mixed, mastered, and we
Yeah.
haven't released it out to the public yet. But it's just a good example of what people do when they go say hello and they actually
Yeah.
network with
That
each
was
other.
perfect. Yep. Okay. Let's talk a little bit more. We're gonna slowly start to close out.
So you can find the app in the App Store, Google Play Store, or you can go to GoSayHelloApp.com.
It's it
Uh,
right here.
yeah, that's GoSayHelloApp.com. And, you know, we consider ourselves also the first face-to-face networking app,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and for businesses, you can add your businesses on there, and folks can know that you're nearby. If you have a food truck, I think it'll be good for food trucks as you move throughout city to city, or different parts of a state. People know that, hey, you're nearby.
Yep.
Um, or just, you know, regular folks that have businesses that, you know, we don't wear our paraphernalia everywhere we go, but when you're, you know, nearby somebody, they may spot you out and say, hey, I want to talk more about what you do. So but yeah, definitely follow us on Instagram, Go Say Hello app. And also we have a podcast called Go Say Hello podcast as well, so check that out. We sponsor different series. We had the Every Woman series for about 10 different episodes. And we're looking for new series that we want to add to the Go Say Hello podcast, where we basically say hello to people in the community. And that's one thing we've been doing lately, is going to different events and just podcasting on the go, just saying, hey, what do you do? And
Yep.
that's been
That's smart move, man. I love the podcasting, and it's legit for sure. Yeah.
appreciate
Okay, so just real quick, a little recap. Go Say Hello app. Again, can you tell them where to find you on Twitter? Or you already
Oh
said
yeah,
that?
Twitter, Go Say Hello app as well.
Okay.
And I think my Twitter is Monty_Applewhite on Twitter.
If someone wanted to connect with you as a like a partnership or integration, how would they reach out?
Yeah, you can reach out to us via our website, or you could send an email to Aminah@GoSayHelloApp.com. That's AAMINAH at GoSayHello app.com. Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, we about to close out. Can you? I like to do a little advice segment. So we
Okay.
got people out here want to build startups. We all know we in this bear market. It's tough, but can you give
Right.
any like words of wisdom or encouragement to someone building a product right now?
Yeah, find you a really good team. And how you would do that is, if you're in college right now, like, you know, some of those buddies that you just, you know, your drinking buddies, like those sometimes are your partners that you can start businesses with. Like I started Go Say Hello with, you know, a person that we can get along with. We hang out together. You know, we have a good relationship. Those relationships are perfect business relationships
Mhm.
as well. And it's very challenging to start a business with people that you really don't trust, or you really haven't built that rapport with, right? So I think it's sometimes we're on LinkedIn trying to find that partner, but sometimes they're right next to you, they're right in front of you. So
say hello, right? Go say
yeah,
hello.
yeah, right. And so in addition to that, use the resources that you have when you're trying to raise capital. Start with your friends and family. They are the people that will be honest with you and tell you that is a crappy idea. You know what I'm saying? Or they may say, hold up, I think you got something there. And they are going to be your first investors. That was the case for us as well. And as well as my teammates, as they told their circle and their family members, we all got told, more yeses than we got told no's. And so we were able to raise almost $200,000 with just our friends and family. So,
Oh shit! What I mean, shout out to the friends and fam. That's very encouraging to hear.
right, yeah, man. And so yeah, we have it in our community. We all have a support system, whether we believe it or not. And sometimes, you just have to ask, and you have to, you have to come prepared. Though we didn't come just talking. We came with PowerPoints. We came with, marketing strategy, a business plan. We asked ourselves 1,000 questions first that we thought everybody else was going to ask us before we actually started asking for other people's capital. So.
Smart, great advice. I appreciate you, Monty.
Appreciate
do the closeout. Stay behind the scenes for a moment, and then we'll chop it up.
Sounds good. All right, man. Appreciate you.
Yep. Hey, y'all. So you heard it. GoSayHello app. Make sure that y'all tap in, follow on Twitter, the rest of the social media sites, and then on Android and Apple. Make sure you go download this app. Start your networking process in the city that you in right now. So again, appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is C. Will with the Passive Income Network. I am gone.